Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have been talking so much about family planning methods. There are very good reasons why we are doing this. We have a lot of people who do not want to be pregnant, but they don't prevent pregnancy. In the meantime, they don't also want to abstain from sex. So they become pregnant and then they become frustrated. Some of them use all sorts of things to get rid of the pregnancy. Others go to people who say they are trained and they receive some care from them that can end in their deaths. I have seen a young lady, she was about 17 years, who had an abortion. She had so much infection, they had to remove her womb or uterus at that age. And for the rest of her life, she was so frustrated because she wanted children. We want people to seek medical care, and we want people to know what they are getting into. And that's why we are bringing you all these sessions talking about what family planning is and what it is not. So I have once again with me, Dr. Benedict Afari, an obstetrician gynecologist. We are thankful to those who have sent us questions about the family planning sessions that we have had. And today we're going to continue with our discussion, and he'll be talking to us about the combined oral pill. Doc, once again, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the online pregnancy school. I'm so thankful. I know how busy you are. Obstetrician gynecologists are very busy because there's always one woman who needs attention or another one who needs somebody to talk to. So we are very grateful to you for spending time to educate us on reproductive health. Today, we're going to talk about the combined oral pill. What is it?
Good. So combined oral pill, also called just for short, the pill. So just the pill. It's one of the contraceptive methods that we've been discussing. And this one contains a hormone. So it is combined. That means it contains both estrogen and progesterone. These are the two hormones that regulate the reproductive system of a woman. And the menses and all that. All those functions are regulated by these two hormones. So it is done in such a way that this medicine, let me call it this medicine, this pill, contains very small amounts of estrogen and progesterone. And this small amount is such that it will affect what we call the negative feedback mechanism in the brain. So the body, yes. The long and short is that the body, it gives a signal to the body that you have enough estrogen and progesterone, so you don't produce to cause ovulation to occur. So for short, all that the combined pill does, or the pill does, is to prevent release of eggs or ovulation. So once it prevents ovulation, then it prevents pregnancy. So that's the mechanism. That's how it works. It prevents release of eggs or ovulation, so it prevents pregnancy. That's how it works.
Sometimes we hear that if you have something that should come out, but it doesn't come out, it will cause problems for you. So every month we are somehow, most people, every month they are supposed to produce an egg. So if you are preventing this production, wouldn't that be a problem for the woman?
No, it wouldn't be a problem. There are a lot of eggs that are released throughout the life cycle or throughout the lifespan of a woman. And you see, if you look at it carefully, what it means is that every month a woman is supposed to get pregnant.
Yes.
But you cannot get pregnant every month. It's technically not possible.
Yeah.
So some of the eggs end up not being used for anything. So preventing the release of the egg is not going to pose any challenge or any problem to the woman, if you look at it that way. Yes, so we should be rest assured that it wouldn't cause any problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So please, what should we know about the combined pill or the pill?
Good. So now that we know how it works, all that has to happen is that any woman that wants to prevent pregnancy can use it. Of course, we will come to the medical eligibility criteria, things to look out for, those who have to use it and those who don't have to use it. But let's say for those who can use it, all that they have to do is that every day they have to take the pill. So if you take the pill, it is 28 tablets. 21 of them contain medicine. That's the hormone we are talking about. So this is how the combined pill looks like. You have 28 tablets. So you realize that this particular one, 7 of the tablets is brown in color and the rest are white. Sometimes it is cream. So you are supposed to be taking this medicine every day. Every blessed day you have to take it for you to get the benefits. So that is what you have to do. So for those who are not good at taking medication, this particular method is not good for them. You know, there are some people that they can discipline themselves and take medication every day. So it is fine for them. You know that some people don't want injections. Some people don't want any implants. They don't want any IUD. They can take the pill. You take it every day, then it will protect you. But the other thing is that if you find yourself always missing your pill, it is not a good method for you. And we always encourage the women that anytime you forget to take your pill, the next time you remember, you take it. So for example, you take yours in the morning. Every time in the morning, you take it. So for example, one particular morning, you didn't take it. So if you remember in the afternoon, you take it. If you remember in the evening, you take it. If you miss for 2 days, for 3 days, you have to use a backup method. You have to use a backup method. And this one, I need to stress on it. If not, you get pregnant and you blame the pregnancy on the method. You say, oh, I've been using the pill, but I got pregnant. It is because you may have been missing the pill. You were not taking it on time. 2 days, 3 days, you've not taken it. And you did not use any backup method. So once you are going to be missing the pill, it is not a good method for you. If you can discipline yourself and take it every day, it is good for you. I mean, it's very convenient and you take it in the morning, afternoon, or evening. Most people would like to take it in the morning or maybe in the evening when they are going to sleep. It's fine. But at least you have to make sure that every day you take it. And one thing about this pill is that you get your menses. You get your regular menses. Of course, sometimes there may be some small changes, but most people on the pill, they get their menses every month. But usually, initially, because of the hormone that is inside, it may delay your menses, change the dates, increase the flow or reduce the flow. Usually just the few months, maybe the first 3 months. But once your body gets used to it, every month, for most people, every month they get their menses because it is such that if you are taking it, I told you that 7 of the tablets, they don't contain hormone. So anytime you are taking that one, most likely you will get your menses. So for those who want to get their menses every month, one of the method that is good for you is the combined pill. Yes.
Doc, so these are hormones,
Yes.
and the body is also producing hormones.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this derange the system?
Okay. That's why I said the hormones that these medicines contain is very, very small. And what it does is that once you introduce it into your system, the natural hormones are not produced, or even if they are produced in very small quantities. That's why I mentioned what we call the negative feedback. What it means that you've introduced some more hormone. So now the body says, oh, there's some hormone in the system, so I shouldn't produce some. or I shouldn't produce more. And that's how it works. By so doing, you don't release an egg or it prevents ovulation. So that's how it works. That's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty of it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have just joined us today, we are talking about the combined pill, or the pill for short. Doctor is telling us that this one contains hormones. So if you are concerned about getting more hormones or hormones from outside into your system, then maybe this is not the one for you. But he's also shared with us one thing that women want to see, their menses. And he said that this one, you will see your menses. Although the beginning, there might be some changes. Doc, what will this do apart from preventing pregnancy? Are there things that we should be worried about?
Okay, so initially, just as I said, because it's a hormone, when you start using it, you may have some slight headache, some dizziness, some nausea. So we need to let the client know about some of these things. But apart from that, it prevents pregnancy. And if you look at it critically, if you are taking it religiously, it can prevent as much as 92% of pregnancies. We know that because it's somebody taking medication, sometimes you may not take it as you are supposed to. So some pregnancies may occur. So it's about 92% effective. It is not bad, but those who take it religiously, they get the benefits that is there. And let me add that this combined pill also has some non-contraceptive benefits. Very important. There are 2 cancers that it protects against. So ovarian cancer, and endometrial cancer.
Okay.
So these are 2 cancers that combined pill protects against. Then there are also 2 cancers that are controversial when it comes to the combined pill. And I think a lot of people are concerned about it. So let me allay their fears. So, breast cancer, there is some hormone implicated in the development of breast cancer, estrogen. So people that have used a combined pill for 10 years or more, they may have some small risk. But it will interest you to know that this same combined pill, some management of breast cancer, we use some estrogen containing or estrogen medication. So you realize that there is this aspect of the fact that if this combined pill is causing your natural hormones to be reduced or not secreted, that means it reduces your exposure to the hormone that is already implicated in breast cancer. So even though prolonged use gives a small risk, in effect, those who have breast cancer, the chances of it being very aggressive for those who are on combined pill is less as opposed to those who have never used combined pill. So you see, it's very interesting. No, you are using a combined pill.
I think that this session needs to be explained again.
Yes. So let me break it down.
Please.
Good. So what I'm saying is that if you're on the combined pill, it contains some small amount of estrogen and progesterone. And we know that women who are exposed to estrogen, by virtue of the fact that you are a woman, every time you're having your mens, there's estrogen in your system. So as a woman, there's a risk of breast cancer. That one is already there, right? But because you are taking some hormone, there's some small risk, right? But we've also seen that, yes, but it's very small if you compare it to the other risk factors, like let's say you having early menses and you not going into menopause early. So that means your body has been subjected to estrogen for a very long time. That one is there. if you have a family history, genetic predisposition is there. So if you look at the ladder of risk factors, the combined pill is just at the bottom.
Okay.
Yes. And even that one is prolonged use. And usually you realize that it's very, it's not common for a woman to, for example, use a combined pill for 10 years. Usually, it's not so common for somebody to use, let's say, a combined pill for 10 solid years. So what it means that even though there's a small risk, it is not common. And like I was trying to explain, if you've ever used combined pill before and you've never used combined pill, so those who have used, those who have not used, if these two categories, they have breast cancer, what it means is that those who have used the pill, their development of the breast cancer is not as aggressive as compared to those who have never used any pill. You understand? Yes. So it is a bit controversial, but the main thing is that prolonged use, small risk. Yes. Then when it comes to cervical cancer, the thing about cervical cancer that I said in the beginning is that it is about infection with HPV virus. So in effect, any method that does not protect you from getting infection, you could get cervical cancer. So technically, it is not due to the method, for example, but some of the organisms, they kind of are encouraged by the estrogen and the hormone to grow. But it's also a very small risk. And also prolonged use, like I said. So it's about prolonged use, and it's about you getting exposed to the virus, for example, for cervical cancer. Because if, for example, you are not exposed to the virus, what it means that if you are using any of the method, you are not going to get cervical cancer.
Okay.
Yes, so it is not the method causing the cervical cancer, but because for most people, once they have a form of family planning or any contraceptive that is not letting them get pregnant, they may get exposed to the virus. So that is how it is. Yeah, so it is your exposure to whatever is causing the problem, not necessarily the family planning or the contraceptive that you are using. So we need to separate it for people to understand that you are using the family planning to protect you from getting pregnant, but it is not dual protection. Yes, it is not dual protection. So all the problems you can get from maybe sexually transmitted infection, you can still get it. And the family planning method will not protect you. The only family planning method that will protect you is the barrier method. That one, it has two protection. So that is how we want them to understand. And you see, family planning methods or these contraceptives have been used for years. Yes, so yeah.
You see, I think this is very important, especially for those who are not yet married.
Yes.
But they also want to be having sex. And they go for maybe the pill, and they think that that is okay. You are preventing pregnancy, yes, but you are also exposing yourself to infections. And I hope that people would learn, they would listen, and they would know that your health is very important, you know, and even the psychological trauma that people go through when they have children that they are not ready for. Yourself as a woman, your preparation to take care of this child, and especially if you are not married, then there's no guarantee that this person who made you pregnant will even accept the pregnancy or will take care of you. So going through pregnancy, the journey itself can be very daunting. Going through labor, delivery, and after that, taking care of this child. It is very important that people just decide for themselves, having heard all that we have talked about. Are you ready for a pregnancy or you are not? This is up to you. It's your decision. And we are just providing the information so that you know what to do. And there are people who, unfortunately, in preventing pregnancy, have also come down with something else. Because, like doctor said, you can be exposed to an infection. People have had HIV or some other form of sexually transmitted infections, even though they prevented a pregnancy. So this is really your decision. And he's doing his work by telling us some of the things that we should know about. Doc, we are very grateful. Now you have told us about the cervical cancer, but somebody has asked, with all these chemicals going into the woman's body in future, wouldn't that cause problems for this woman?
Yeah, so I would say it's not going to cause any problem because, like I said before, the amount of hormone that we are introducing into the body, it's so small, it's not going to affect you in any way. What it does is what we have told you or we've shared with you. Okay. It's to prevent the pregnancy. You have some menstrual changes. Let's even try and compare taking, let's say, a contraceptive pill or any of the hormonal methods with taking a normal medication. For example, if you've taken paracetamol before, paracetamol has side effects. So is it that if you have taken paracetamol maybe today or tomorrow, or even taking paracetamol for a very long time, if you stop or future-wise, it is going to give you any problem? No. Paracetamol, for example, has side effects, but we still take it because of the benefits. Yeah, so the same way, the family planning methods, it is hormone we are introducing. The changes that it will give to your body, we have explained to you. But we've also assured you that it is not going to affect you in the future, and it's not going to cause any problem that is untoward. Whatever it does is what we shared with you. And we care about your life. And we don't want you to take in something that it will cause a problem, because if it actually does something that we've not told you, you can actually have your day, like you can have, what do you call it? What do I even say? You can seek what do you call redress, as you put it that way. But so far, with all the research that has been done, all the trials that have been done, we've not found any problem. I mean, if you go to certain Western countries, family planning or contraception has really helped them to manage a lot of their social problems like population and all that. And so far, they've not had any problem. We down here, or we also in this part of the world, it is helping us. It's helped a lot of women. If at any point it's going to cause any undesirable effects or problems, we'll definitely let you know. But for now, we know that it is safe for you and it will work as we have told you. So the women shouldn't feel afraid. You know, a lot of the misconceptions out there, a lot of the myths out there feed into the patronage and the unmet need. And as you rightly say every time, if you have a pregnancy that you are not ready for, the psychological, emotional, financial, and physical problems can be daunting. Yes. And that can drive you to where you don't want to go. So the family planning is helping you to be able to decide the right time and to help you to be healthy. Yes, it helps you to be healthy because getting pregnant, giving birth so many times is really draining for a woman. So family planning is a way of helping us to actually stay healthy.
Yeah. Family planning is a way of helping us to stay healthy. But I see, Doc, one of the things is that almost everything we have spoken about is to do with the woman.
Yeah.
Maybe in another video, we'll talk about the social implications of that. And then we can also look at family planning in men. But some of the women don't have the liberty, so to speak, to decide for themselves. And therefore, they become pregnant one after the other. And that is a drain on their lives. As we talk about planning your family, as I said in previous videos, it is part of you knowing or deciding how many children you want to have over what period. But we as healthcare providers also support you to stay healthy whilst you have babies. And that is very important. Doc, anything that in your practice you have seen or heard that you want to touch on, we'll be happy to hear that. And I believe that as we also do this, some research is ongoing, right? Research has been done in the past. Trials were done. But to allay our fears that this will not affect us, we still have research ongoing in terms of women who are on family planning methods to find out whether they are okay or there's something wrong with them.
So what I should say is that out there, some of these things have been done, but probably locally, we haven't probably gone into it. So I guess you've given me an idea. You've actually given me an idea that I should probably undertake a research into the experiences of women who have used all various family planning in the past. Then that can actually inform us well going forward. But in terms of the medications, we haven't done any local trials, but we believe that what has been done out there, it's safe for us. But I guess getting the perspectives of all the women who have used family planning in the past, it will really, really be a step in the right direction. So I think we can embark on something like that.
Yes, that would be very good, so that as we talk about it, we can give specific examples. And I would want to use this to reach out to those who come to you and those who go for such services around the world, especially in developing countries, that if you have any challenge with any of the methods, please report to the hospital. And that would be very helpful so that they can document them and the practitioners will see the trend, because these trials have been done and we've been told that they are safe. But you using it would also help to know whether this is true or not.
Yes.
Doc, any parting words? Now we have come to the end of our discussion.
Yes. Okay, so like we always say, once you desire not to achieve pregnancy, but you are sexually active, family planning is a way to go. And as healthcare providers, it is incumbent on us that we give all the clients the necessary information and explain to them how these methods will either affect them or not, and encourage them to adapt. And I think I like one aspect or one angle that you brought in, that sometimes the women don't have the sole prerogative to make the decision. So that's why we also try to involve the men, that they should also come and learn these family planning methods so that they will help their partners to make the decision. Because sometimes most of these myths and conception is driven by ignorance and lack of knowledge. I mean, but if we're able to explain it to the actors, they will understand, and we can achieve our aim of preventing unwanted pregnancies, because we know unwanted pregnancies have very bad consequences. And we know unsafe abortion, for example, is one of the causes of maternal mortality, and we don't want to lose any woman. So we are encouraging the people out there that anything that they have concerning it, they should just let us know. We are ready to explain it to them, and whatever method that it's good for them will help them to adapt it. I've mentioned in some other sessions that we have the medical eligibility criteria. So if it's not safe for you, we are not going to give to you. So it is only something that is safe for you that will give it to you. And like I always say, there are other benefits that you can derive. So it is not just about preventing pregnancy, but you can get other benefits. So we are encouraging everybody, the men and the women, to take advantage of the service. Yes.
Wonderful. Doc, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have spoken about the IUD in the past video, and then today we have spoken about the pill. And in previous sessions, we have spoken about the injectables as well as the implants. There are many methods, all for the good of people not having children that they don't want to have. You see, somebody can have a child and hate that child because the person may think that you came at the wrong time. You came to be a burden to me. Probably that person wanted to go to school and she became pregnant. As if this child was the cause of the pregnancy. That child was not. But this child can be hated by this woman, especially if the father refuses to accept the pregnancy or refuses to take care of this woman. We have seen children who are on the streets. We have seen children who go about doing all sorts of things. And sometimes you wonder, where is the mother? Where is the father? We want people to plan their families, have the number of children you want to have at the time that you want to have them. And like we said at the beginning of these discussions, the family planning is also to help you to have a child, not just to prevent a pregnancy, but to help you to have a child. We have said a lot about family planning. And in future videos, we'll be talking more about family planning and now probably focusing on the men, because we have some methods that are also for men and people have questions about them. So we can talk about that as well. With that, I want to say a very big thank you once again to you, Dr. Benedict Afari, for your time. I'm always grateful for taking time off your very busy schedule to be with us, to explain things to us. And viewers, if you have any question or comment, irrespective of where you are, you can send me a message. And for those who ask about whether these chemicals will affect the women in future or not, or the chemicals, that's the hormones related to breast cancer, I hope that you have had your questions answered. If you still have any questions, don't hesitate at all. Send me a message and I'll get Doctor to discuss them. So we come your way with another very interesting topic. Please, if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also give us thumbs up. For those following us on Facebook, we are very grateful. Continue doing that and please share with friends and family. And also share your questions and comments with us. We'll be very happy to come back and discuss them for you. Doc, thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you too for the opportunity.